Hello, and welcome back to Ziggy1 Plays, where today we're going to be doing a tier maker tier list of all of the Nintendo IP franchises, or Nintendo series. So I hope you enjoy them, and without further ado, let's get right into the tier list. All right, as I do most of these tiers, I'm going to be ranking these based on quality for the most part, but in today's tier list, they're going to be pretty much by quality alone. However, once I get inside of a tier by quality, then I'll be ranking them based on my favorites in terms of where they land inside the tier. Okay, I need to add one more tier here for haven't played really quick, and then we'll jump into it. Let's get right into it. As always, a like or a subscription helps your boy out so much, especially as I'm pushing toward 1,000 subs and all that. So thank you so much for checking this out. Let's get right into it with Advance Wars, which unfortunately the first game on the list is a series that I haven't played. However, I have heard amazing things about it. Based on what I've heard and what I've seen, gameplay of probably a B or an A tier game. Really, really cool, but I have not played it myself. Animal Crossing is an S tier series, so inventive as a simulator, and it's so different from other simulators out there, and yet just as fun, just as engaging, and man, you can sink ungodly amount of hours into this series. Super cool. Bayonetta is a B tier franchise. That I would say Bayonetta 2 is probably an A, high A, maybe S tier game, but the series as a whole I don't think has held up as undeniably great, but it is very good, and I definitely enjoyed Bayonetta 2. Played Bayonetta 1 as well, but I have not played Bayonetta 3 yet. It's just one that kind of felt a little franchise fatigue from, but I will probably get around to playing it at some point. Donkey Kong, man, A tier, high A, well maybe S, I'm not sure. It has a few stinkers, but I'm going to have to say S tier. When I think about games like Tropical Freeze, Donkey Kong Country, Donkey Kong Country 2, there's so many just incredible quality titles in this franchise. Yeah, definitely an S tier game franchise. And in terms of whether it's my favorite or not, I think I like Animal Crossing a little bit more, but Donkey Kong is still really fun. Dr. Mario, haven't played a whole lot of Dr. Mario, so I really can't speak to what it's like. For me, if a new one came out, I don't even know that I would get it unless, of course, it kind of blew up or something like that. I've not played any of those games. Fire Emblem, high B tier. Very good series. Becomes a little samey, in my opinion, over time, but it is so fun, and it's like its own genre almost, a video game. Obviously, many games have copied it over the years and have kind of fit that genre, but Fire Emblem did it first, and Fire Emblem Awakening itself, absolute S tier of a game. But in terms of a lot of the other entries, feel like they're riding off of the heights of that game. So yeah, I mean, it's very good franchise. I mean, a lot of these are extremely good. Way above average, but in terms of Nintendo, for me, it's not close to the top of the list. F-Zero is C tier for me, but that's a personal preference. I know there are some out there who would put F-Zero in S tier automatically. It's one of their favorite franchises ever. Why has Nintendo not reprised it? But I'm a Nintendo super fan, and the only one that I got into was F-Zero. I think it was F-Zero GX for the GameCube. Super fun game, but I haven't gone and played any of the other ones. Nor have I developed a passion for it, nor would I necessarily go back and play F-Zero GX over, say, Mario Kart Double Dash, which I enjoyed infinitely more. Golden Sun is an A-tier franchise. If you haven't played these games, please, I implore you, get your hands on them through Virtual Console or however you can and play through them, because they're amazing RPGs, JRPGs. The magic system, I'm not going to give it all away, but there's just so much to it that makes it unique, and the story is actually really good as well. Kid Icarus, fortunately, have not played. Don't judge me too hard. Kirby, S tier, absolutely. Man, I think I like it better than Donkey Kong. Kirby, all of the games are so inventive and so they're not all inventive, but they're all very imaginative. And some of them have been extremely inventive. I point especially to the most recent entry, which is my favorite, Kirby in the Forgotten Land. Not sure. Anyway, awesome games. And some of the earlier ones, man, I mean, they pushed the limits of what you could do on the NES. Absolutely. And so, yeah, Kirby, awesome franchise I really, really love. a lot of those games. I recently actually got into Kirby. Hadn't played hardly any of the entries until just this last year, and I've played quite a few of them. And so, Luigi's Mansion is an A-tier franchise. So fun. It's kind of like Nintendo's foray into the horror genre, like in terms of, kind of like a kid-friendly Halloween episode kind of horror. And so it's super, super fun. I really loved the first one. The second one's all right, and the third one is really good as well, especially as a co-op title. And so play that one with your kids for sure. Mario and Luigi, the RPG franchise, probably B as well. I like it a little bit better than Fire Emblem. But again, kind of like Fire Emblem, it gets a little samey over time. Also, the stories aren't necessarily anything to write home about, unlike Golden Sun, which is another RPG, but it has just an incredible, incredible story. Let's see, Mario Kart. Mario Kart's got to be S tier, I think. For me, though, I don't know that it's ahead of Animal Crossing or even Kirby, but it is just an incredibly consistent franchise of games. As a racer, I think it probably is bar none the best out there for me anyway. If you want to play a video game, if you want to drive real cars, drive real cars. But if you want to play a video game and race, I think Mario Kart is the bomb. And it's just held up so well over the years. And the latest entry, unlike a lot of these series, the latest entry is actually the best one in my opinion. Mario Party, B tier as well. Put it close to the top though because I've had so much fun with that game with my family, my friends over the years. But in terms of the quality of the game, I don't think that it has the same quality title, appeal that some of these games have. The Super Mario series, top of S tier. Where else could you put it? I mean, Super Mario World, Super Mario Odyssey, Super Mario 64, Super Mario Galaxy 2. Like, there are so many games that are like 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10 just from this franchise alone. Super Mario Wonder, I'm predicting now it's going to be a 9 out of 10 or higher, which is just coming out next month. And so Super Mario has to be, for what it's done for gaming and for just how incredible the series it is, how incredibly consistent it is, it's got to be at the top of S tier. Metroid. Metroid is also top of S tier for me, better than Animal Crossing. Incredibly consistent, super fun, super isolating, and this is why I hesitated on saying Luigi's Mansion was like Nintendo's first horror game, because I think Metroid, honestly, like especially Super Metroid, you can kind of take it as a horror game in some ways. Metroid Fusion followed suit, Metroid Prime followed suit, but on a 3D level, so isolating and so atmospheric, and yet the gameplay and the boss battles just carry it through. An incredible series. Definitely one of my favorites by Nintendo. The Mother series. And this is probably going to prove to you how little I know about the series in general. But I don't even understand why there are two logos for it. But Mother 2, which is Earthbound, and Mother 3 are both just awesome games. Absolutely hold up. So inventive and creative, and also as RPGs and stories, like they really land, and they make you emotional, they make you really feel, and at the same time have a great time laughing through the story as well. And so if you've never played them, please play Earthbound. Please play Earthbound. Earthbound is maybe one of the best games of all time, in my opinion. It's so good. Paper Mario. Low B tier for me. Paper Mario is hit or miss. I mean, there's some titles that are just awesome. Thousand Year Door. I really like the recent one, Origami King, is very creative. But there are also some that are just total whiffs, and they don't land with the player base. They don't land with me, and I don't really enjoy them. Pikmin, on the other hand, is another S tier. You probably already guessed this. I love Pikmin. Oh my gosh. And Pikmin 4, I'm almost done with the game. I've just been playing it in the background. Pikmin 4, man, it's a love letter to those of us Pikmin fans. The game is so fun. It pulls to me literally the best things from every entry in the series. Not only are all Pikmin available to you, but also the cave system. I can go on and on. Pikmin definitely deserves its rank in S tier. Pokemon, on the other hand, is an A tier series for me. I just probably blew a lot of your minds. You're like, what you got? Some of your biggest videos are Pokemon videos. Yeah, because I like Pokemon a lot, and I'm committed to it from a aesthetic standpoint. Like I love the gameplay a little bit, but I really enjoy just the idea of raising pets. But in terms of story, smoothness, lack of glitches, as well as quality and number of releases. Like Pokemon, to me, is not up there with the rest of these in terms of quality, and it's just not. But it is enjoyable, and Scarlet and Violet is so fun, and I'm definitely excited. 1 week and 3 days, 1 week and 2 days from when this releases is the next DLC coming out, and so I'm really excited for that. But in terms of quality, not the best series, but it is super fun. Punch Out. This one's got to be a B tier for me. The original game is a classic, so good. The newer one on the Wii I haven't played as much, but it, again, I would say above average, but for Nintendo, about average, maybe a little below average. Rhythm Heaven, have not played. Haven't played that one, guys. If you've played any of these right here in the haven't played category for me, please comment down below. Let me know what you think. Super Smash Brothers has to be S tier. And for me, it ranks just above Kirby, maybe above Animal Crossing too. Yeah, the weakest entry in this series, Brawl, is still just an incredible game in its own right. And it has things that it did that the rest of the Smash Brothers game didn't do as good of, like its story mode. And so, yeah, it's an incredible franchise. The quality is through the roof on this fighting game. And once again, like Mario Kart's the best racer to me, Smash Bros. Is absolutely the best fighting game hands down of all history. Splatoon is an A tier franchise, but it's not my forte. Like, I've played Splatoon 2 and Splatoon 1. I haven't played 3, but they're all so fun. And if it's your niche, then like play it and enjoy it, because it is one of the best shooters out there. It's so creative and so vibrant and colorful. I really enjoyed the game. But again, it's like not my favorite style of game, I guess. But it is they're still a blast, and they are high quality experiences. Star Fox, man, this has got to be B tier for me. Yeah, the ones that I played, I haven't really stuck with. I'm going to put it in C tier. I haven't really enjoyed, honestly. I have played and really enjoyed Star Fox Adventures. And the dogfight ones, I get the appeal. But to me, they are not, man, they didn't hold my interest enough for me to want to finish them. And so it's a good franchise. Have no qualms if you want to say that it's like an S tier game. And I'd love to play a new one. But in terms of like the ones that are out there, they're not my favorite. Legendary Starfy, I haven't played. WarioWare, on the other hand, is a B tier game, and I think it's one of the most consistent, party games out there. I actually like it better than Mario Party because it is so frantic and silly, and it's so creative, man. I mean, like, there's so many Mario Party clones out there from other franchises, like especially you think about PlayStation and Xbox. Like, everybody was trying to get into that market of Mario Party after Mario Party came out, but WarioWare kind of stands alone as this like micro game. Frantic party game, and I really, really enjoy it. Xenoblade Chronicles is an A tier series. I think I like it better than Fire Emblem, although Fire Emblem is really good as well. Man, I don't know if I can put it above Fire Emblem. I'm going to put it with Fire Emblem because there are some things it does way better. I think the RPG elements kind of come across better in Xenoblade, but the lengthiness of these Xenoblade games, man, they're almost makes them unfun to play to a certain degree. Like, you get so far into it, and in all the ones I've played, I feel like, oh man, I just want to grind and get this done so I can move on to another game. But in terms of the story and the feels and just the RPG progression that you go through, they are incredible titles, high quality. But I do get kind of tired of them after a while. So the Yoshi franchise, A tier. Yeah, below Mother, I think. Yeah, that's where they go for me. High quality games. Yoshi's Crafted World might be one of the most beautiful games on the Switch that I've played. It is gorgeous to look at, and I so enjoyed playing through that game. I hope to play it again someday because, again, it's so fun. And there's other ones like Yoshi's Woolly World, or I'm not sure. There's a few different ones, but Yoshi, there's some really good games out there. And then, of course, like where it all started, Yoshi's Island. So please, if you haven't played a Yoshi game, you should check it out just for fun. They have such different mechanics from your traditional platformers like Donkey Kong or Super Mario. Yoshi makes it feel a lot different, kind of like Kirby, But instead of capturing things, it all has to do with eggs and flutter jumping, and yeah, there's a lot to it, but it's also a lot of fun. Legend of Zelda, S tier, up here with these guys. Probably, it might take the top of S tier for me. Yeah, I think it has to. When I think about, Wind Waker, Twilight Princess, Link to the Past, Link Between Worlds, then of course recently Tears of the Kingdom, Breath of the Wild, Skyward Sword. I mean, these are some of the best games that I've ever experienced. Some of the most fun, engaging stories, but also like hardcore combat, boss battles, dungeons. To me, as a kid, they wrote a story to me of what a video game should be. And so, yeah, Legend of Zelda, high quality games. I mean, some of the worst games in the franchise that people like really love to hate on are still better than the best games in some of the other franchises on this list. And so you have that. ARMS, man, I'm going to put it in B tier. I like it better than Punch-Out. Punch-Out's probably honestly down here. Yeah, ARMS is really fun. It's kind of yet to prove itself. The first one was awesome, but I don't know if they're going to keep that up, if they're going to make it better in some way, or if it's just like a one-off title that's never going to come back. I guess we'll see. But there you have it. That's my Nintendo list for all the IPs and kind of where I rank them and how much I've enjoyed them. And you can tell Legend of Zelda, Super Mario, Metroid, Pikmin, Super Smash Brothers, Animal Crossing, Kirby, Mario Kart, and Donkey Kong. I'm just going to go ahead and say I don't really think you can go wrong with any game in those series. They're all so good, so quality, and some of my favorite games of all time. And so, well, hope you guys have a great week, and we'll be back this weekend with some very exciting videos as we prepare, because next weekend is the brand new release of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, the Teal Mask DLC, and I can't wait for that to drop. So, yep, thanks for checking out this tier list, and we'll be back very soon with more. Peace.